The concept of God has been a part of human civilization since the beginning of time. It has been a source of comfort, guidance, and inspiration for many people. However, for some individuals, their false concepts of God can lead them down a path of misery and despair. Murphy has a different concept of God, and his concept of God has changed the lives of millions of people across the globe. In this video, we are going to discuss what the true concept of God is according to Joseph Murphy's teachings and how it empowers us to manifest our desires. So watch this video till the end, and if you are new to our channel, subscribe to it and press the bell icon for more content on manifestation. So let's get started. As human beings, we are responsible for our own happiness and well-being. We create our own reality and our own destiny. No one else can do it for us. This is what Murphy meant when he said, "We create our own misery." Our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality, and if we have false concepts of God, we may end up punishing ourselves with our own thoughts. Many people believe in mysticism, which is the belief that something outside of ourselves controls our lives. However, the truth is that we are in control of our lives, and we can rely on our subconscious minds to guide us. We already have a sense of what is right and wrong, and we don't need a book to tell us that. Trying to fit ourselves into someone else's ideas of what is right or wrong is like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It simply doesn't work. So what are some of these false concepts of God that can lead us down a path of misery? Let's first take a look at some of the false concepts of God, and after that we will discuss what the true concept of God is according to Joseph Murphy. Number 1. God is a punishing God. Believing in a punishing God is one of the most common false concepts about God. This belief suggests that if we do something wrong, God will punish us. However, this idea is not supported by the true nature of God. When we believe in a punishing God, it can lead to a range of negative emotions and experiences. For instance, it can create a constant fear of punishment for our actions, even for small mistakes. This fear can prevent us from living our lives to the fullest, taking risks, and making mistakes, which are essential for growth and learning. Moreover, believing in a punishing God can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and fear. We may start to feel unworthy and undeserving of love and happiness, which can affect our self-esteem and self-worth. This can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and self-punishment as we continually seek to avoid making mistakes or seek forgiveness for our perceived wrongdoings. In extreme cases, belief in a punishing God can lead to religious trauma syndrome, a condition where a person experiences significant emotional distress and psychological trauma due to their religious beliefs. This can have long-term effects on a person's mental health and well-being. Number 2. God is distant and unapproachable. The belief that God is distant and unapproachable can cause a great deal of misery. This belief suggests that God is not present in our lives and that we need intermediaries such as priests to connect with Him. This can lead to feelings of powerlessness and a lack of control over our lives. It can also create a sense of frustration and disappointment when our prayers seem to go unanswered. This false concept can prevent us from experiencing a personal relationship with God. It can also make us feel alone and isolated. It is important to understand that God is always present and accessible to us. We do not need intermediaries to connect with Him. We can connect with God through prayer and meditation, and He always hears our prayers. By developing a personal relationship with God, we can feel His presence in our lives and experience a sense of empowerment. Number 3. God is judgmental and critical. The idea that God is judgmental and critical can cause immense emotional distress. This concept implies that God is perpetually observing us, anticipating us to slip up so that He can cast His judgment on us. This can result in a sense of insecurity and self-doubt. The perception that God is keeping an eye on our every action can create anxiety and fear. The belief that God is judgmental can negatively impact an individual's relationship with God. When an individual fears God's judgment, they may not feel comfortable approaching Him. It can also lead to a sense of mistrust in God, as an individual may think that God is always looking for a reason to judge them harshly. Moreover, this belief can cause significant mental distress. Individuals who believe in a judgmental God may feel as though they are never good enough. This constant self-doubt and sense of inadequacy can lead to depression and anxiety. Number 4. God is vengeful and wrathful. The belief that God is vengeful and wrathful is a false concept that can have negative effects on our lives. This false concept suggests that God seeks revenge and punishes those who do not follow His commandments. The idea that God is a vengeful and wrathful entity can have serious negative consequences for our well-being. It can create a sense of fear and disbelief in God's love and mercy, causing feelings of guilt, shame, and inadequacy, ultimately leading to a miserable life. Believing in a wrathful God can make people feel like they are always walking on eggshells, afraid of making any mistake or sin. This fear of punishment can lead to a lack of confidence and trust in themselves and others, as well as an inability to enjoy life fully. It can also lead to self-punishment, such as engaging in self-destructive behaviors, or external punishment, such as judging and condemning others. This false concept can also create a sense of unworthiness, as individuals may believe that they are not good enough or that they deserve to be punished. This can lead to a negative self-image, low self-esteem, and even depression. Number 5. God is exclusive to one religion. The belief that God is only exclusive to one religion is a false concept that has the potential to cause negative effects on our lives. This belief implies that individuals who follow a particular religion have the only path to connect with God. As a result, it can generate feelings of separation and lack of acceptance towards those who have different beliefs. This kind of perspective can cause divisions and conflicts among individuals, leading to an increase in misery and suffering. This false belief often stems from a lack of understanding and knowledge about different religions and their diverse perspectives. This false concept of God can lead to a narrow-minded view of the world, which can cause people to remain stuck in their belief systems. It may also prevent them from exploring new ideas and perspectives, leading to a lack of growth and progress. Additionally, this false belief can cause individuals to become judgmental and intolerant of others who do not share their beliefs. This attitude can create conflicts and make it challenging to build harmonious relationships with others. It can also lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, causing individuals to suffer from mental and emotional distress. So, what is the solution to these false concepts of God? Murphy's concept of God, which is a central theme in his teachings, is rooted in the principles of oneness and interconnectedness. According to Murphy, God is not a separate entity or an external force that exists outside of us, but rather an intrinsic part of our being. Murphy's concept of God is based on the principle of oneness, which suggests that everything in the universe is interconnected and part of a greater whole. In this context, Murphy believed that God is not a separate entity, but rather an all-encompassing consciousness that permeates everything in the universe. He asserted that God is not limited to any particular religion or belief system, but rather an omnipresent and omnipotent force that transcends all boundaries. One of the key aspects of Murphy's concept of God is the belief that God exists within us. Murphy believed that we are all expressions of God's divine nature and that our true essence is divine. In this context, Murphy asserted that every individual has the potential to access the divine power within them and use it to achieve their goals and aspirations. Moreover, Murphy's concept of God emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. He believed that everything is connected, and therefore, our thoughts and actions have an impact on everything in the universe. In this context, Murphy stressed the importance of positive thinking and the power of affirmations. He believed that by aligning our thoughts and actions with the divine power within us, we could manifest our desires and achieve our goals. Another important aspect of Murphy's concept of God is the belief that we do not need to ask an external God to manifest our desires. Instead, we have the power within us to manifest our desires by tapping into the divine power within us. Murphy believed that by using our thoughts, words, and actions positively and constructively, we can attract positive outcomes and achieve our goals. Murphy's concept of God provides numerous benefits to individuals who embrace it. One of the most significant advantages of this concept is that it encourages individuals to take responsibility for their lives. Murphy believed that we are all responsible for our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. This means that we have the power to create positive change in our lives by using the power of our thoughts to achieve our goals. Taking responsibility for our lives and our actions can lead to a sense of empowerment and control over our circumstances. When we recognize that we have the power to create positive outcomes in our lives, we become more proactive and take the necessary steps to achieve our goals. Moreover, Murphy's concept of God helps us stop blaming others for our problems. When we acknowledge that we are the creators of our circumstances, we stop looking for external factors to blame for our bad situations. Instead, we take responsibility for our lives and focus on finding solutions to our problems. This can lead to greater self-awareness and personal growth. Another significant benefit of Murphy's concept of God is that it makes us accountable for our thoughts and actions. When we understand that we are God, we recognize that our thoughts and actions have a direct impact on our lives and the lives of those around us. This awareness can motivate us to be more mindful of our thoughts and actions and strive to create positive change in the world. Furthermore, by acknowledging our inherent connection to the divine, we can access a greater sense of unity with the world around us. This realization enables us to relinquish feelings of isolation, anxiety, and apprehension, thereby fostering an enhanced sense of inner tranquility and contentment. The concept of oneness with God allows us to view ourselves and our surroundings through a lens of interconnectedness rather than separation. By recognizing that we are all part of a larger whole, we can develop a deeper sense of compassion and empathy towards others, which can further contribute to our sense of well-being. Murphy's concept of God can serve as a powerful tool in our quest for inner peace and happiness. By embracing this concept, we can foster a more positive and fulfilling relationship with ourselves and the world around us. I hope I was able to deliver a good analysis of this quote by Joseph Murphy. And of course, this doesn't mean we agree with every single thing he said or believed in, because in the end, everyone will form their own opinion, and that is why we are analyzing and discussing his ideas and methods to fully understand his approach and general ideas, as he was a great teacher and inspired millions of people around the world. If you want to share your opinion, comment down below this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it and press the bell icon for more interesting, informative, and helpful videos on manifestation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.